riding the train in Gatorland. For all those people that are watching the Kitchen Praise YouTube video. We're in Gatorland and we're on the train. We're gonna go around and.
So I'll start us off with a little bit of history about the park. It wasn't always called Gatorland. Actually, back in 1949, it was founded by Owen Godwin, and he called this park the Florida Fish and Wildlife Institute. But that was a pretty boring name. It sounded like a school or something, so they decided to change it, and they called it Snake Village, which is a cool name. But the problem was that a lot of people were afraid of snakes, so they had to change the name one more time. It wasn't until 1954 when Owen and his wife Pearl decided on the name Gatorland. So now that Owen and his wife Pearl had a cool name for their theme park, they needed a way to spread the word about it, and the best way to do that was to show off an alligator. So they grabbed their favorite alligator, this big guy named Cannibal Jake, and they put him in the back of their truck, and they drove him up and down the United States. And they would charge people money, maybe 5 or 10 cents to see him, and with all the money they made on their road trip, they came back down here to Florida and expanded the park from the original 16 acres to the beautiful and partly cloudy 116-acre park that we're rolling through right now. We're coming up into part of that expansion. I'm going to slow us down as we enter Jungle Crocs. Take a look on the right-hand side. You'll see Morton and his girlfriend Sheila. Morton's the big guy in front of us, and they are saltwater crocodiles. The salties are found in northern Australia and Southeast Asia. They're the largest species of reptile on the entire planet. Full-grown adult males can reach lengths of 22 feet and weigh nearly 2,000 pounds. The second enclosure is home to Pops. He's our oldest American alligator. He's believed to be over 70 years old. We don't know exactly how old, but we know he's up there. And the little guys that you see on the grass right in front of the plane, those are spectacled caiman. The caiman are a smaller type of crocodilian found in Central and South America. And in the third enclosure, you can't miss him. That's Big Daddy Dundee and his girlfriend Phoebe. Dundee is our largest saltwater crocodile. He's 13 feet long and he weighs about 1,200 pounds. And he is being lazy. But he's actually really fast when he wants to be. In the summer, when it's feeding time, that guy comes flying up out of the water. So don't let him fool you. He's just resting. Trust me, when I go in there at night to feed him, I take my boots off and I put my Nikes on. For real. And if you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure you take a walk through Jungle Crocs and check out the rest of the crocodiles. We have some Cuban crocs and Nile crocodiles. The Niles are the ones you see on TV all the time. Always trying to eat the zebra and antelope and wildebeest as they cross the rivers of Africa during the migration periods.
airboat.
Yeah.
And this next section of the park is called the Piney Woods. This is where we find our cracker cows. The Florida cracker cattle are a famous Floridian breed, originally from Spain. They were brought here by Ponce de Leon like 500 years ago, so they've been here forever. And over that time, they've adapted very well to the high humidity, high temperatures, and tight spaces of Florida. And you know what we see back here all the time is local wildlife. Birds of prey will hang out back here. Hawks, osprey, owls. We'll see mammals on the ground, you know, squirrels, raccoons, rabbits, leprechauns, bobcats, all kinds of stuff. And snakes. Taking rattlesnakes, cottonmouths, black racers. Yellow rats, a lot of those.
See him?
There's Greta on the right-hand side in the white polka dot. And Red should be around somewhere. I don't know. I couldn't see her, but she's pretty well camouflaged. Oh, here's a sandhill crane on the left. This is a wild animal just hanging out. Trying to eat the emu food, probably. The sandhill cranes are indigenous to Florida. And on the left, like I was saying, the emu are over here on the south part of the park. The emu are from Australia. They're the second largest bird in the world, right behind the ostrich. The wrestling arena we just passed. If you guys missed the wrestling show, the next one's at 3:30, so don't be sad. There's George, a little behind-the-scenes tour with the Moj, one of our giant Burmese pythons. If you guys saw the up-close encounter show, you know what that's all about. We do take in donations. And a lot of them are Burmese pythons, believe it or not, because people used to have them as pets back in the 90s. Right, all these jack dudes were walking South Beach, Miami, with pythons, and then they were like, guess what? Now it's illegal to own a python, and they were like, what do I do with my giant python? And Gatorland said, we'll take them. We'll take very good care of them. And the petting zoo is over here. Go say hi to them. They can't bite you. They don't have any top teeth. So don't be shy. On the right-hand side is our 10-acre alligator breeding marsh. That's where the biggest gators in the park live. That's also where all the local bird life come to hang out. And you might think, you know, why would birds want to come to an alligator breeding marsh and hang out? But the truth of it is that they're actually very well protected from the natural predators, because possums and raccoons don't want anything to do with a breeding marsh full of alligators, so they steer clear. So the birds are actually fairly safe, unless they lose their balance. Folks, I'd like to thank you for riding the Gatorland Express with me. Just one last request, if you could, please stay in your seats until we come to a complete stop inside the station. And make sure you watch your heads as you get off the train. It's a very low ceiling. The next show of the day is the 2:30 Up Close Encounter show. Go check that out.